Alright, we're going to take a look at a British 24-hour ration pack. This is the first one of these that I've ever reviewed. I know there's a lot of them on YouTube now, but this is the first time I've ever had one. So I apologize ahead of time. It's probably going to be a long video. I'm going to go into a lot of detail, take a really close look at this, and I also apologize if I get anything wrong. As I said, this is the first time I've had one of these. And before I start, I do want to mention that I got this from foreignmre.com. They sent this along to me to review, and I wanted to mention foreignmre.com is a great resource to find international rations. Their stock is going to vary depending on what they have on hand, but they usually will have a pretty good selection of rations from different countries. And one of the best things about them is that not only are you getting something that's going to be pretty fresh, but they also offer free shipping to US addresses. So that's foreignmre.com. And the first thing I want to mention about this is that it is very heavy. It is a 24-hour ration. Obviously it's meant to be 24 hours worth of food. But I do want to see just how heavy this is. We have 4 pounds, 11.9 ounces, or a little bit over 2 kilograms. So now we'll take a pretty quick look at the box. Every side has something written on it. So first we have what it's telling you what it is, the 24-hour ration pack, Ration de Combat, 24 hours in French, the big Union Jack. And these are all, I believe there's 20 menus. There's a good number of menus. Some of the entrees will repeat throughout, but they do have 20 different menus. And the boxes themselves are generic. They're all going to be exactly the same. What you want is this sticker right here. This is going to give you the menu number, and it also, there's nothing else printed on here other than the standard stuff. It also gives you the date of production. I guess 24 must mean 24 hour. Production date, August 2015. On this side we have some information, 24-hour ration pack. Pretty basic stuff, and it has the Ministry of Defense seal over here. On this side, this end side here, we have the nutritional data. This is actually a lot of really good information here. It obviously tells you that it's a 24-hour ration meant for a full day's worth of nutritional requirements. It has a minimum of 4,000 kcals. And this actually goes into directions too. It tells you that the elements that should be heated are in aluminum foil packages and should be placed unopened in water and then heated to a rolling boil. There's actually a lot of good instructional information right here. I won't go into everything. And here we have the Property of Ministry of Defense warning. And the top of the box also tells you it's Property of Ministry of Defense. And it gives you some burn pit procedures and first aid for burns. And then one last really interesting thing is on the bottom, you actually have a little target here and a range card. That could certainly come in handy too. So now we're ready to go ahead and open this up and see what's inside of here. One thing, when you have boxes like this, either a ration that comes in a box that's taped or a case that may be taped. This one actually is already loose here, but my suggestion for these, because you don't want to cut anything inside if you're using a sharp knife, my suggestion would be to cut the sides first. That one's already cut, just so you can lift up a little bit so you don't have to worry about cutting anything inside. Alright. And on the top we have a bag here. I believe this is referred to as the Brew Kit. It's going to have your coffees and teas in here. Actually, we'll go ahead and look at this first, since it is on the top. It comes in a nice, large, resealable bag. And I always make a kind of a big deal out of resealable bags, including the hot beverage bags and MREs and similar type things. It's actually, not only is it a really convenient thing, it's also, I think, a pretty important thing. Because this is a 24-hour ration. As you can see, it comes in a cardboard box. It's not going to give you much protection from the elements. But once you open this and start eating this, there's going to be less in here. As it gets to be less and gets to be lighter, like for instance after you've had a meal, you can put the rest into this bag, and then it can actually be waterproof. And obviously, a nice, large, zip-top waterproof bag like this can come in handy for any number of reasons. So let's see what do we have in here. We have 2 sachets of Typhoo British tea. This is very British. To make your perfect cuppa, let the double zeros infuse with the freshly boiled water for 3 to 5 minutes and add milk, sugar, and or lemon to taste. So you have 2 of those. We also have, we have 2 different kinds of instant coffee. Douai Egberts instant coffee, and Nescafe. So that's kind of nice. You get 2 coffees and 2 different brands. And then we also have Beyond the Beaten Track white sugar. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Beyond the Beaten Track creamer. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Here we have some Oasis water purification tablets. It appears there's 6 tablets in here, and it says it's for 1 liter. It's interesting that it's not in English. It has an expiration of June 2020. We have a couple alcohol-free antibacterial wipes. Good sized ones here. 3 V6 dental gums. 2 of them are referred to as Strength Sweet Menthol, and 1 is White Peppermint. Then we have these really effective looking weatherproof matches with a striker, and everything's waterproof. Looks like you have to open this up to get to them, and then obviously it won't be waterproof, but we'll try one of these out. And a really nice, large, and strong spork. The big bowl. So let's see what else we have. Here we have some tissues. These obviously are going to be perfect to be used as tissues, as napkins, as toilet paper, or as a fire starter, or whatever you need. Something to clean up. We have some boiled sweets, lime flavor. There's a lot of them in here. Eaten over 24 hours. Tropical beverage powder type. This has a Best Buy of June 2018. Let's see if we can find some more beverages in here. It has Tutti Frutti flavored drink powder with sugar and sweeteners. There's a lot of powder in here. How much does this make? 500 milliliters. And cola flavored drink powder. This is something I've heard of this. I've never had cola flavored drink powder before, so that should be interesting. It's also 500 mils. The tropical was only 375 mils. Here we have some drinks. Here we have smooth peanut butter. 42 grams. Caramel cereal bar. It's close to being opened up here. Very military looking packaging here. We have Viperactive Vitamin and Mineral Effervescent Tablet. I'm going to put this into some water. It's blackcurrant flavor. That should be interesting. Well, actually, this is for 500 mils too. This little tablet make up 500 mils. Here we have a little familiar-looking item, a little mini bottle of Tabasco, as we used to see in MREs. Nowadays, they have little sachets instead of bottles, but I guess now they're in British rations. There's a nice roasted and salted peanuts package, nicely vacuum sealed. I was actually expecting to see a little can come out of here. I've seen those in some of the reviews that they come in a little pop-top can, but this is really, really tightly sealed. You can see the peanuts in there. Look at that. This is a Fruit Explosion. A little, looks like a drink that's already made. Kind of looks like a little kid's drink or something. Mixed fruit puree. Oh, I see. They come with the cap color tells you what it is. There's a bunch of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like 6 different flavors, and this one is apple, kiwi, and passion fruit. That should be interesting. Kind of feels like applesauce. There's another beverage. This is hot chocolate flavored drink, type regular. Another 500 ml drink. Here, if you can read this, this is a dark chocolate chip oat biscuit. Actually, dark chocolate chip oat biscuits. There's some little cookies in here, apparently. This is Best Buy August 2018. So it looks like this has a 3-year shelf life. And it's kind of interesting because US MREs are used to seeing date of production instead of Best Buy dates. Because obviously it depends on how they're stored, and there isn't really a clear date This right here is it's a feedback and prize draw entry form. So this is to give feedback to the Ministry of Defense, whether you like it a lot, like it, or dislike it. And it also doubles as, it says here, as the feedback prize draw. Huh. This is from Beyond the Beaten Track, one of the, seems like these used to have Orifo products in here. Now they have a lot of these Beyond the Beaten Track ones. So I wonder what the prizes are, or were. It's interesting. Anyway, this not only is a feedback form, but it also acts as a list of all the components too. Production date, August 2015, menu number 3, and everything that's in here. And now we get to some of the big stuff here. Here is tuna, lime, and pepper. This is just a pouch of tuna with some flavoring. Sounds good, but there's nothing really to put this on. No crackers or anything. Here we have one of the mains, chicken and yellow curry with rice. Nice large size, 300 grams. It's quite a bit larger than the US standard 8-ounce entree. It says best before end of May 2018. So it still has a year left on it. Here is sticky toffee pudding. And luckily I've looked at a few reviews, and apparently this is supposed to be heated, so I'm not going to make the mistake that some other people have and eat this cold. But there's 200 grams in here. We also have Thai-style chicken soup. So the spork will come in handy for that. 300 grams on that one too. It must be chicken I'm feeling in here. There's something squishing around. Something solid amongst the liquid. Best before July 2018. End of July 2018. And finally we have, I believe this is the breakfast, pork sausages and beans and tomato sauce. Another 300 gram meal pouch. So that's a good amount of food come out of that box. And what I'm going to do is, when I do 24-hour rations, I break it into 3 parts. First part will be the opening and breakfast, second part will be a lunch, and third part will be a dinner. As this does say on here, to maintain peak performance, you should consume all the components over a 24-hour period. There's obviously no rules saying you have to have this and this and this for one meal, and this. It's basically whatever you want. Unlike for a strike ration, this actually does have large entrees, which they certainly don't have to be heated. They're ready to eat, but it'd be nice to have them heated up. So the most obvious thing to do is make 3 meals out of it. And what I think we're going to do is we're going to do one of the larger meals, either a lunch or dinner in this part, and then part 2 will be the 2 other meals, basically a breakfast and another large meal. Alright, and here's everything that you're getting in this 24-hour ration pack. You can see there's a lot of food here. In addition, the 3 mains are large too. They're 300 grams instead of about 226, I believe, for an MRE main. And another thing I noticed, there aren't a ton of snacks. I guess the tuna, since there's 3 good-sized mains, I guess the tuna counts as a snack. But one thing there is a lot of is drinks. If you count the Fruit Explosion, which, because it feels kind of like an applesauce, I guess it could be considered a snack, but if you consider that a beverage, looks like we have 10 beverages. Because we have the hot cocoa, the regular type beverages, the Fruit Explosion, 2 teas and 2 coffees, and of course this effervescent Viper Active. So I guess the next step would be to split this up into 3 meals, which of course you can do however you feel like doing that. It doesn't have to be 3 meals, you could just eat something here, eat something there over the course of 24 hours. But for the sake of this video, we're going to finish up with one of the meals. Alright, it's going to take too much room to really show all 3 meals at once, so I'm just going to show you how I split it up into 3 meals. Obviously in the field this would be the soldier's choice, or it would depend on the situation, if they actually had time to sit down and have a meal, or if they were just eating things on the go. But in this case, breakfast is going to be pork sausages and beans and tomato sauce. We're also going to have the peanuts, the tropical beverage mix, caramel cereal bar, coffee and a tea with the sugar and creamer. And I figured the Fruit Explosion, since it is like the closest thing to a fresh fruit in here, we have that with breakfast too. And there's enough boiled sweets for each meal to have 5. So, although I'd probably be eating these throughout the day, here's the 5 boiled sweets. And one of the 3 pieces of dental gum. And let's take a look at lunch. Alright, and in this case, lunch is going to consist of the Thai-style chicken soup, the tuna, lime, and pepper, just because I didn't really have anywhere else to put that, the Tutti Frutti flavored beverage powder, the dark chocolate chip oat biscuits and the smooth peanut butter, just because I really don't have anything to put the peanut butter on, so I figured other than just eating it straight out of the package, which you can do, might go good on these biscuits. And we have the Viper Active effervescent drink. I was actually thinking of having this with breakfast because of the vitamins and minerals, but I had enough beverages with breakfast. Some tea with cream and sugar, another dental gum, and another 5 boiled sweets. And that just leaves us with dinner. And dinner doesn't look very large, but we do have 500 grams between the entree and the dessert. So we have the chicken and yellow curry with rice, which sounds very good. Sticky toffee pudding, the cola flavored beverage mix, hot chocolate, coffee with sugar and creamer, another 5 boiled sweets, and another dental gum. And of course we also have our spork, and as we need it throughout the day, we're going to have our water purification tablets, our tissues, our alcohol-free antibacterial wipes, which we only have 2 of, so not really one for each meal, the matches, and the Tabasco sauce. And since I'm filming this in the middle of the day, I guess what we'll do is we'll start with lunch. And as I said, lunch is going to be centered around the Thai-style chicken soup. 300 grams of this. This is the Best By date of the end of July 2018. And here are the ingredients if you want to see those. It says it's a mildly spiced soup with coconut, chicken, and brown rice. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in some hot water to heat it up, and we'll check out everything else. And as we're going to see, the British are not only generous with the number of beverages they give you, they're very generous with the amount of beverage they give you. This Tutti Frutti flavored drink powder with sugar and sweeteners is supposed to be mixed with 500 mils of water. So we have that here. I'm not exactly sure how you would mix this in the field. I guess a canteen cup maybe could hold 500 mils, but it's kind of a lot of water. And not only do these large beverage powder packages make up 500 milliliters, this little teeny effervescent tablet also is supposed to be used in 500 mils. So we'll start off with the Tutti Frutti flavored drink powder with sugar and sweeteners. I'm not exactly sure what Tutti Frutti is going to taste like. I'm guessing like a fruit punch. It smells like cough syrup. It smells like cough syrup and gum. Bubble gum. I guess that would make sense. Tutti Frutti. Definitely smells sweet. Yeah, basically it smells like bubble gum. And a little bit of cough syrup mixed in. There's a bit of a medicinal kind of smell to it. And we have a glass here, and we still have quite a bit left over. And here's another 500 milliliters for the Viper Active vitamin and mineral effervescent tablet. It does. It's funny. It's a blackcurrant flavor, and it does kind of smell like blackcurrant jam. There's the tablet. And there's the effervescence. Alright, that didn't take too long. Just gonna mix up this cloudy stuff on the bottom. And once again, we have quite a bit left over. There's the Tutti Frutti and the blackcurrant. This will make up our cup of tea. Alright, we'll let that steep. We have our boiled sweets, our dark chocolate chip oat biscuits. Just make these smashed up in that. Smell kind of like chocolate chip cookies, just not terribly sweet and a little bit broken up. And then we have our tuna, lime, and pepper. This is something that could be eaten on the go right out of the package, I'm assuming. It'd be nice to have this on crackers or something like that. Or even some bread, make a little tuna fish sandwich. But since we have it like this, I'll just throw it in here. It smells good. I can smell the lime and pepper. It's not a huge amount there. There's the creamer and sugar for the tea. And the only thing we have left is the smooth peanut butter. As I said, there really isn't much to put this on, so I'm just going to kind of try a little bit on the oat biscuits, and otherwise just eat it out of the tube, I guess. But we'll knead this up to get all the oils mixed and everything. And I guess put a little bit on top biscuit here. And finally, we have some very hot Thai-style chicken soup. This is, as I said, 300 grams. It's probably not all going to fit in here. I did want to put it into a bowl, but the bowl just kind of, it doesn't look good on the plate. So I'll fit whatever I can in here, and the rest I'll put in the bowl. Let's see how this is. It smells very much like a Thai food. Rice would be nice with this. It has rice in it, but it's just such a liquid thing that it'd be kind of nice if I had some rice to put it over. But that looks good though. And that really looks, and maybe even more important, smells really good. You can see some chicken here right off the bat. So it's definitely got some chunks of chicken in there. And then that spicy Thai type of smell with the coconut in there. A lot of ingredients, a lot of good sounding ingredients. Coconut milk chicken, brown long grain rice, tomatoes, shallots, creamed coconut, red chili, chicken stock, lime juice, corn flour, sugar, ginger, soy sauce, rapeseed oil, salt, basil, coriander, lime leaves. Let's go ahead and try it out. Let's try this first while it's hot. Get some chicken here. You can see the rice. It's a pretty hearty soup. That's very good. A little bit of a kick, nothing too major. I would almost say that it's kind of runny. Could use, I mean, it already has rice in it, but like I said, it could be served over rice. But of course, this is a soup, so considering that, there's really nothing to complain about as far as consistency. But that's really, really good, and a really nice change from US MREs. Being that it's British, you would expect there to be some Thai, some Indian kind of stuff in there, and it doesn't disappoint. It's very good. In fact, I think I'm going to try and get my wife to try a little bit of this later. So next we'll try the lime pepper tuna. And it's, kind of plain. It'd be nice if it was on something. I might throw some of this on some crackers or something. But that's really good. It's nice instead of just a plain tuna fish. The pepper's in there, but the lime really does come through. It definitely has a nice citrus little kind of a taste to it. That's good. I wonder if maybe it'd even be good in the soup, but I'm not gonna try that. Of course, we do have the Tabasco. I don't think the soup really needs it. It's got a little bit of a kick if you want it hot. Obviously, this would add even more to it, but unlike a lot of the old MREs, we could add Tabasco to kind of cover the taste or make it palatable. This is actually really good on its own. You really don't need to hide anything or cover up anything. Alright, I think I'll give this tea a little taste. Looks good. That's nice. A nice, smooth kind of a tea. And I have to admit, since I'm not a tea drinker, I can't really identify the type of tea it is. I don't know if this is a black tea, green tea. Sorry about that. But and since we have it, I'm going to try some of the creamer or whitener. And the sugar. Obviously, this all depends on how you like your tea. It really was nice on its own, but we're reviewing it, and as I said, since they gave it to me, might as well try it out. Tastes like tea with cream and sugar in it, as you would expect. Alright, and while it still has some effervescence, you can kind of see the bubbles in here a little bit, I think. Let's try some of this blackcurrant effervescent drink. It's an interesting flavor. Not really a thirst-quenching kind of beverage. I'm not really feeling the bubbles, the effervescence, but it's obviously in there. It's kind of tastes like one of those Airborne or Alka-Seltzer type of drinks. I mean, it has flavor to it, and the blackcurrant is different. I've never had that as a drink before, but it's not the most pleasing thing. I think the Tutti Frutti is gonna be a little bit better. But first, let's try one of these dark chocolate chip oat biscuits. You can see the oats in there. I guess you see the chocolate chips a little slightly darker brown bits. It's good. It's definitely an oat biscuit. Not terribly sweet, not very sweet at all. It seems like the chocolate adds a little bit of sweetness to it, even though I don't taste a lot of chocolate. But it's good, and since they're so thin and you get so many of them, it's not like a really hard thing that's going to break your teeth. And try a little bit of the peanut butter on its own. And that's fine. Kind of sticks in your mouth there. But very much like any ration peanut butter, any like MRE peanut butter. There's really nothing wrong with it at all. It actually has a very good flavor of the peanuts themselves. And when we try them together. Not sure if they're intended to be like that, but that works. It gives you a chance to get the peanut butter on something. Let's try this Tutti Frutti drink. Kind of looks like it would be a lemon lime drink, going by the color, but I guess it has that bubblegum kind of a flavor to it, which I guess is Tutti Frutti. A little different. A couple of different drinks I've never really had before. It's good though. Of course, it makes a lot. You do have 500 milliliters of each of these, so you have plenty to keep you hydrated. And all that leaves us with is our lime boiled sweet. There's quite a bit of lime in here. We have this lime in here, and well, actually, the Tutti Frutti isn't lime, but it looks like it would be. That's good. Your standard hard candy with a lime flavor. I like that. Lime, I like citrus stuff, so I don't have any problem with that. It'd be good to carry these around with you all day, and every time you feel like you need something in your mouth, just pop one of them in. And we'll finish up with the V6 dental gum. This is the white peppermint. You get 2 pieces in here. Basically, it looks like a rectangular chiclet. I'm not actually done here because I'm going to definitely eat some more of this, but it's a good way to clean your palate after a meal. And obviously it's going to help your teeth too, but it's very flavorful. So that was a look at a British 24-hour ration pack, the opening, and look at our first of 3 meals. Stay tuned for part 2 for the other 2 meals. Thank you for watching.